Hello everyone, this is Christocheb M. Hermanis from grade 9 Judea, and today we will be discussing about the drug scenario in the Philippines, factors influencing substance use and abuse, and how to prevent drug use and abuse. The Philippines has a long history of illegal drug use and trafficking, dating back to the early 20th century. According to the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency, or PDEA, the first known instance of illegal drug use in the country was in 1907, when opium and marijuana were introduced to the Philippines by Chinese immigrants. In 2016, President Rodrigo Duterte was elected on a platform that included a promise to crack down on illegal drugs and crime. Since taking office, Duterte has launched an aggressive war on drugs that has led to thousands of deaths and widespread human rights abuses. The Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Act of 2002, also known as Republic Act No. 9165, is the primary law governing illegal drug activities in the Philippines. This act consolidates all existing drug laws and policies, providing a comprehensive framework for combating illegal drugs. According to the Dangerous Drug Board, around 1.67 million or 2 out of 100 Filipinos aged 10 to 69 are current users of drugs. According to the results of the 2019 National Household Survey on the patterns and trends of drug abuse. Despite the ongoing efforts of the government, the drug problem in the Philippines remains a significant issue. The Philippines has one of the highest rates of methamphetamine or shabu usage in the world, and the illegal drug trade continues to fuel corruption and violence in the country. In 2021, with an estimated 3.7 million users, according to the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime. Methamphetamine hydrochloride or shabu remains the leading drug of abuse, comprising around 93% of the total admissions. This is followed by cannabis or marijuana at 28% and undeterred by cocaine at less than 1%. Monodrug use is still the nature of drug taking. The administration routes are inhalation or sniffing and oral ingestion. In 2022, statistical analysis by Dangerous Drug Board facility-based, the center admissions consist of 90% males, 9% females, and around 1% LGBT. The male-to-female ratio is 10:1. The youngest admission for the year under review is 13, while the eldest is 72. As to educational attainment, almost a third, with 27%, have attained high school level. On the second spot are those who have reached college with 20%, followed by those who have graduated high school at 17%. The average monthly family income is around 13,000 pesos. This is very alarming. That is why the government is very devoted to eradicate the supply and demand of the illegal drugs, because these are the reason why many Filipino people destroyed their lives. So, here are what we should know about drugs. What is a drug? A drug is a medicine or other substance which has a physiological effect when ingested or otherwise introduced into the body. It is intended to be taken or administered for the purpose of altering, sustaining, or controlling the recipient's physical, mental, or emotional state. What is drug abuse? It is the use of any chemical substance, licit or illicit, resulting to individuals' physical, mental, or social impairment. It may refer to any of the following practices. Number 1. Using without benefit or prescriptions. Useful drugs which have the capacity to alter the mood or behavior. Number 2. Using drugs having no legitimate medical purposes other than research. What is drug of abuse? These are substances or drugs that are commonly abused by the users. What is a drug misuse? It is defined as the use of a substance for a purpose not consistent with legal or medical guidelines. What is drug addiction? It is a chronic disease that affects the brain and makes it hard to stop using drugs despite harmful consequences and experiencing withdrawal syndromes. What is drug dependence? It is a psychological situation whereby an individual's functionality is dependent on the necessitated reconsumption of a psychoactive substance because of an adaptive state that has developed within the individual from psychoactive substance consumption that results in the experience of withdrawal and that necessitates the reconsumption of the drug. How about drug tolerance? Drug tolerance is when a drug has less effect on the body or brain than before. It is not the same as addiction, dependence, or resistance. What are the factors that influence substance use and abuse? Here are the factors why a person has used drug substance. One of the factors is the lack of parental supervision and support. The feeling of being lonely and doesn't have anyone to support you will lead you to substance abuse. Another factor is strong peer pressure and curiosity. Being want to belong to a circle of friends is another factor why people use drugs. Another one is the relief from stress, anxiety, and depression. Here are some preventive measures against drug use and abuse. Domain: personal, what you need: self-control, positive self-image, and strong self-esteem. Family: what you need: parental monitoring and support and strong family. Peers and friends: what you need: academic competence and proper selection of friends. School and community: what you need: effective laws and policies. And that will be all for today. Thank you for listening and hope you learned something from me.